Do you want to study in an Ivy League college? Or do you think the one that falls in a top 50 bracket better fits your requirements? What are the factors that a student should consider while shortlisting colleges, besides the regular rank of the college, course structure, and fees? You will be surprised to know the number of times I get this question asked while I counsel my students to reach their dream universities at C2 Education and Kaplan, two of the most premier institutes in United States of America. This video, I am going to educate you about 4 factors that international students should specifically consider while shortlisting universities. Number 1 is the major or the minor. Well, this is a factor that most of my students are heavily concerned and confused about because most of them are confused about where they want to end up. They're confused between 2 majors. The good news here is that unlike colleges in India, colleges in United States of America lets you take courses from different majors so you can get a feel of it. It is not until the end of second year or your sophomore year that you actually need to declare your major, which essentially means that you have 4 semesters until when you can decide what you want to major in. For example, I had this student who was confused between pursuing his undergraduate degree in business or technology. So, we chose a college like Rochester Institute of Technology, or better known as RIT, which had a phenomenal program in business as well as technology. At the end of second semester itself, he knew his inclination was more towards business. So, if you're confused between 2 majors, the trick here is to choose a university that offers good programs in both the majors that you're confused between, and you'll be sorted. The second most important factor that you should be considering is a job placement cell. A job placement cell is a body that brings these huge multinational companies on campus and organizes job fairs. This body is essentially the same body that ensures that the graduating students not only appear for interviews with these big firms, but also are placed in these big firms. Irrespective of the fact that you want to go back to India after your undergraduate studies or continue to live in the United States of America, it is essential that your college has a good placement cell because your pursuit, your hard work to get a good internship, to get a good job will boil down to zilch if you have a good placement cell in place. The third factor is the location. A location entails a lot of factors. For example, if you want to live in a snowy location or if you're okay living in a relatively warmer location year round. If you want to live in a bigger city like New York or Chicago, or you're okay with college towns like Urbana, Champaign, and Indianapolis. If you want to live and cab around the place, or you want a city which is well connected. There are several such factors that come into play. But another important factor that you need to consider while picking a college is the major. So, for example, you're inclined towards doing something more related to technology, you should pick the West Coast because West Coast has the Silicon Valley. Versus if you're interested in something like investment banking or fashion or being a lawyer, East Coast is a better place. Whatever it is, if you boil down all these factors and consider what you want to choose, please choose wisely because whatever your choice is, you have to live it with the next 4 years of your life. The last and the most important factor is your extracurricular activities. We as students always want to get involved into something outside of our studies. You have to make sure that when you get enrolled in a school, your school has the provision of the extracurricular activity that you want to get enrolled in. For example, I always wanted to teach and enhance my speaking skills. My university, University of Chicago, helped me open an SAT club and helped me market it so well that just within 3 months of starting, I had about 150 students in my club. Also, being a part of the speaking club helped me build on my existing speaking skills. I got to speak at so many conferences around the world, and just within 1 year of graduation, I did my first TED Talk. So, that's all in terms of the factors that you need to know. Summing them up, the number one would be major or minor. The second one would be a job placement cell. Third would be the location. Fourth would be the extracurricular activity. If you have any other questions related to this, please write to me and I'll surely do a video on it. And this is Rima signing off. Thank you so much.